People are saying, they expected Donald Trump to burn out, but that's because they expected the establishment, they expected everybody not to embrace him, but instead to go against him. And everybody is silent. And today, it was amazing. On CNN, I was on with Chris Cuomo, and I said, Donald said just this weekend that he could stand on Fifth Avenue and he could shoot people.
Because you said he was dangerous, and Cuomo asked you why do you say that?
Because he said this weekend, I could stand on Fifth Avenue and I could shoot people and I won't lose a vote. Then on top of it, he has joked about not wanting to kill reporters like Putin does.
And then he stopped and he thought about it. Do I want to kill it? No. But he talked about how much he hates them.
Yeah, like, do you have that audio?
Yeah.
Listen to this. This is incredible. Now, he's joking, but the hatred of the reporters is not. And the reason why I bring this up is because if you want to see how much they're in the bag for Donald Trump.
It's amazing.
Cuomo said to me today, well, he was joking about those things. Aren't you the network that said that Sarah Palin couldn't use the word target? Yeah. Because it was the most dangerous thing you've ever heard.
Violent rhetoric.
Right, violent rhetoric, but you'll dismiss a joke. And I guarantee you, once he gets the nomination, they will not dismiss this stuff. Listen.
Russia, after all. Somebody said, are you at all offended that he said nice things about you? I said, no. And they said, oh, Trump should have been much nastier. That's terrible. And then they said, he's killed reporters. And I don't like that. I'm totally against that. By the way, I hate some of these people, but I'd never kill them. I hate them. Jeez. No, these people, honestly, I'll be honest. I would never kill them. I would never do that.
Wow.
Let's say.
It's big.
No, I wouldn't.
Listen to it. So he stopped and he contemplated it.
It's clearly a joke.
He's joking, but they wouldn't give you that for anybody else.
You don't say those things for the love of peace.
When you're running for president.
No, when you're running for president. When you're running for president, it's a different thing. When he was an individual, you joke like that, whatever. But you're running for president of the United States. And he follows it with, over and over, I hate those people. That's real. You cannot have a president. We already have one. But even this president doesn't say he hates us. He does. Those teabaggers out there, he does, but he doesn't say it. And even without him saying it, look at the hatred that has been fomented here in the United States. Now, he says that people don't care, that he can shoot people and they will not be shaken. I want you to hear, and we don't have the dates because we have it all on video, and the dates are all there, and it's astonishing, this collection of video clips. But I want you to hear it.
Many of them are within the last year and a half.
The first clip or two is from an interview he did on September 27th, 2015.
2015. The first two clips, listen.
Everybody's got to be covered. This is an un-Republican thing for me to say.
Universal health care.
I am going to take care of everybody.
Who pays for it?
The government's going to pay for it. The government's going to pay for it.
This tax would raise approximately $5.7 trillion.
In many cases, I probably identify more as a Democrat.
I hate the concept of guns. I'm not in favor of it.
Why are you joining the Reform Party?
I really believe the Republicans are just too crazy right. I mean, hey, I lived in New York City and Manhattan all my life, okay? So, my views are a little bit different than if I lived in Iowa, perhaps.
Partial birth abortion. Would President Trump ban partial birth abortion?
Well, look, I'm very pro-choice.
But you would not ban it?
No.
Or ban partial birth abortion?
No, I am pro-choice in every respect. This is an un-Republican thing for me to say.
Who do you think would be the best qualified to make a deal with Iran?
Hillary's always surrounded herself with very good people. I think Hillary would do a good job.
Make a deal with Iran.
Well, I think Hillary would do a good job.
Nancy Pelosi, the Speaker.
And I'm very impressed by her. I think she's a very impressive person. I like her a lot. She was going to really look to impeach Bush and get him out of office, which personally I think would have been a wonderful thing.
Impeaching him?
Well, I thought he did a great job tonight. I thought he was strong and smart, and it looks like we have somebody that knows what he's doing. And it's a strong guy who really knows what he wants. And this is what we need.
Hillary's a great friend of mine. Her husband is a great friend of mine. I think Hillary is going to take it, and I think Hillary is very, very capable. I'm very pro-choice, a liberal in health care.
Universal health coverage.
I love universal.
As far as single payer, it works in Canada. It works incredibly well in Scotland.
It just seems that
Just last
the
year.
economy does better under the Democrats than the Republicans.
Donald Trump and I both agree that there ought to be more taxation.
Elizabeth Warren.
think of eminent domain?
I think it's a wonderful thing. I'll be honest with you.
For people that have been here for years, that have, been hard workers, have good jobs, are supporting a family, it's very, very tough to just say, you have to leave, get out. How do you throw somebody out that's lived in this country for 20 years? You just can't throw everybody out.
Wow.
He was basically a Democrat, and he was supportive of Democrats. He was supportive of a lot of the causes that, I cared about and that people I knew cared about.
Yeah, well, the
There you
people
go.
who put that together are losers.
Well, they went to him for money or an interview.
Yeah, they were in my office asking for
By the way,
millions
could we
of
send
dollars.
this? We could set this one thing straight, Stu, and then I don't want to talk about it anymore. But you did a timeline that some people in the media have picked up on this lie that Donald Trump says that I'm mad at him because I wouldn't do an interview, and I don't want to make this about me and him because, quite honestly, I am so offended at what he said about Michelle Malkin this weekend. What he said about Michelle Malkin, he said, I think he called her a bimbo, but I know for sure he called her stupid. Michelle Malkin is anything but stupid.
And everybody knows it.
Everybody knows it.
Everybody.
It's just crazy. What you're asked to deny what you know is true.
And he gets this pass for whatever reason when he has personal attacks. Oh, it's only him being mean to others.
Yes.
And that's like an excuse for his behavior,
Right.
which is actually usually a criticism. But for some reason with Trump, it's an excuse for what he does. But yeah, I mean, obviously he doesn't like you, so he's been saying, things about you, criticizing your appearance, criticizing all that stuff. Another thing he did was say you left the GOP and now you don't qualify to vote in the primary. You're dumb as a rock.
In Texas.
It's an open primary, actually. So who's dumb as a rock?
Okay, all right.
No, I'm just going through this is what he said.
No,
So
I know that.
So this is the one about. He's been saying this a lot, which is the only reason you're tough on him, the only reason you don't like him is because he wouldn't come on the show.
Right.
Now,
As if we'd never criticized him before that.
Right. So I went through and gave a full timeline, which was we did ask him to come on the show. The date of that was August 25th, 2015.
And we know that because of our producers have records.
Right. So,
But he claimed over the weekend that you called him repeatedly. You never once called him.
Never once.
Never once called him.
I've
So
never called him. He's
Never
called me
called him.
twice. I've never called him once.
Right.
Never called.
So the history here is we have been critical of Donald Trump since other than the basic stuff where people would make fun of him because he puts his name on everything, like that sort of stuff, everybody has done, and I'm not even including that. But when we really began to be critical of him is the way